Good morning. We're going to be looking at fractions times a fraction to find out if you multiply a fraction times a fraction, whether or not your answer gets smaller. And you will notice that as we're doing this, it seems a little weird because normally when you multiply a number by a number, that number, the product gets bigger. But in fractions, you'll find that if you multiply a fraction times a fraction, your answer, your product will get smaller. So let's look at this one. It says, Mr. Oliveria posed a math question to his class. It stated 3/4 of the class are boys. 2/3 of the boys are wearing tennis shoes. What fraction of the class are boys with tennis shoes? Solve the problem and provide an explanation. So here we go. In this class, in this math class, Mr. Oliveri's, there are 3/4 of this class are boys. And of them, 2/3 are wearing tennis shoes. And we want to know exactly where those two overlap so that they have to be a boy and they are wearing tennis shoes. And so we know that when we're talking about the word of, when we say we're going to find 3/4 of or 2/3 of something, that we are in fact multiplying. So now we can just multiply across. And we're going to start with our numerator. So 3 times 2 is 6. And 4 times 3 is 12. All right. Now we have this fraction of 6/12. So let's think about this logically. We need to check to see if we can get this a little bit closer to a baseline fraction. And what I mean by baseline fraction is those fractions that you're used to using, thirds, fourths, halves, and we're going to try to get that to that. So we're going to look at the 6 and the 12, and we're going to say, can I count by 6 to get to 12? Oh, yes, I can. So I'm going to do a little bit of division. And I'm going to divide these both by 6 because I know that 6 is a factor of 6, and 6 is also a factor of 12. So 6 divided by 6 is 1, and 12 divided by 6 is 2. So of these boys, 1/2 of the boys are wearing tennis shoes. All right, let's try another one. We're going to start with Kelly has 1/4 of a gallon of milk left in her refrigerator. She drank 1/4 of it. What fraction of a gallon of milk is left in the refrigerator? So I have 1/4 of a gallon of milk, and I'm going to drink 1/4 of that. And I want to know how much is left. So I'm going to say 1 times 1 is 1, and 4 times 4 is 16. So here's what this looks like. If I take this fraction and I have 1/4 of it, so I'm just going to take this piece right here and I'm going to cut that into fourths. So what that would look like is if I cut all these into fourths, I actually have 1/16. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So this little piece that's left is 1/16 of what is left. And that is why I have 1/16. The next one is number 4. And it says, Stuart used 3/6 of a can of oil to fix a squeaky hinge. He used 1/2 of what was left over to oil his bike. How much oil does he have left in the can? All right. So I'm going to take this 3/6 of a can of oil to fix my squeaky hinge. And I'm going to take, and of that, so I know I'm multiplying, I'm going to take half of that to fix my bike. So here I go. 3 times 1 is 3, and 6 times 2 is 12. All right, now I'm going to come down here again like I did last time, and I'm going to say, can I count by 3s to get to 12? And I can, because 3 is a factor of 12. So I'm going to divide my numerator and my denominator by 3 to get a closer fraction to that baseline. So 3 divided by 3 is 1, and 12 divided by 3 is 4th. So 1/4 is what is left in that can. Number 5. Nicola baked a lot of cupcakes, but her daughter ate half. Her friends came over and ate 3/4 of what was left. What fraction of cupcakes does she have left? So there were half of the cupcakes. And of those, 3/4 are eaten by her friends. So I need of means times. So 1 times 3 is 3, and 2 times 4 is 8. So they've eaten 3/8 of what was left. So that means that there are 5/8 left over for her mom to still eat.